For most animals, two eyes are all they need to find food and to keep out of harm's way. The position of these eyes is important, because it controls how much the animal can see without moving its head. Start speech, end speech. Spiders are different. They have up to 8 eyes, looking forward and to either side. In jumping spiders, the two eyes that face forward are extra large, helping them to judge distances when they leap on their unsuspecting prey. Despite having lots of eyes, most other spiders are nearsighted. Why do snails have eyes on stalks? Snails need to see, but they also need to fit inside their shells. Having eyes on stalks lets them do both. Their eye stalks are long and thin, which gives them a good view. But if a hungry bird lands near a snail, the eye stalks shrink, like tiny telescopes folding up. This lets the snail disappear fully inside its shell. How do an insect's eyes work? Insect eyes are very different from ours. They are hard instead of soft, and they are divided into hundreds or thousands of tiny compartments. Each compartment is like a mini eye, and they work together to give the insect a view of its surroundings. Some insects, such as dragonflies and horseflies, have big, bulging eyes. They can see in every direction at once without having to move their heads. Who has the biggest everyone's eyes? These belong to the giant squid. This deep-sea animal can measure more than 23 feet, 7 meters, long with eyes up to 20 inches, 50 centimeters, across. Use of giant squid, their huge eyes to look for fish and other animals in mysterious depths of sea. Facts. Scallop has dozens of little blue eyes around half their eyes, missiles to help them detect movement. When you swallow frogs, eyes move down to help push their food towards the stomach. In addition to having 2 main eyes, most insects have 3 small insects the tops of their heads. 4-eyed fish live in shallow water. Every eye of his eyes divided in 2 sections. The bottom looks down in the water, while the top looks up in the air. Who has the sharpest eyesight? Birds of prey, such as kites and eagles, have smaller eyes than humans, but their eyesight is at least 4 times sharper. This means they are excellent at seeing small details, and at spotting food from high up in the air. Using its sharp eyesight, a kite can swoop down on a mouse or a young rabbit before its prey even knows that it is there. Why animals have wide eyes? Grazing mammals, like deer, you should stay informed. Danger in their herbal habitats. While their heads eat, there always the chance that the predator will attack. Eyes that have a side face give an almost comprehensive view. Deer are often in herds. They take turns, which makes it difficult for the predator to sudden attack. Who can see better in the dark? Many animals move at night and use their eyes to find the way. Owls have the best night vision, allowing them to swerve and swooping safely between trees. Owls' eyes are special formed to work well when light is lackluster. Their pupils so big that the amount of light reaches it can shine inside. But night animals are not the only ones who live in the dark. Under earth and in caves, there are creatures. Who is dark? All the time. Do the earthworms have what eyes? No, they don't. Instead, they have small light sensors throughout their bodies. Mostly on their heads and tails. These sensors are too small to see things in any details. They simply tell the worm how much there's a light. If the worm is drilled, uses light sensors to crawl away from the light, go back to underground. How cat's eyes change after dark? Under bright sunshine, pupils in the cat's eyes look like narrow cracks. That's it. The shape prevents the cat from fascinating, because it prevents getting a lot of light in. After dark, the pupils are able to expand. Circular, allowing more light to enter eyes. This change gives cats the best for both worlds. They can see well during daytime and also after dark. Why moths fly towards light? In nature, mites are often use the moon as like a compass, to help them find their way. But if the moth flies near the house, bright lights can disturb their navigation. Instead of flying through the light, the moth keeps turning around, even he ends up mounting around him, or flapping at the window. Moths can't help doing this, it flies away if the light is turned off. Who takes jump in the dark? The bush kids are amazing. Agile, although it only moves all over the night. They live in trees. He often jumps in the dark. They rush from one branch to another section. They can do this because their eyes have a special layer at the back, which works like a mirror. Reflects light back in their eyes, give them brighter view. Many night mammals share this way of seeing in the dark. The animal sees with his nose. Stellar-nosed mole has small eyes, he's almost completely blind. But in the end, from his nose, it has a circle of 22 light pink colors meet claws. These tentacles can move, they work as small fingers. Mole use it to find its way, and, most importantly, find her food. These are moles spend most of their lives in burrows, where vision with claws more useful. What helps the snake to see in the dark? Rattlesnakes and relatives specially equipped for hunting after dark. In front of their eyes, they have a pair of special empties or pits. These drills contain hundreds of small sensors that can detect heat. If the snake approaches warmth, bloody animal, like a mouse or rabbit, can detect its prey with heat that you give. More facts. Owls can't move their eyes, their sockets, so they have to spin their heads to look around. Some lizards have such a long time the tongues they can use wipe their eyes. Snakes don't have any eyelids, so you can't blink. Their eyes remain wide open even when they're asleep. Central cave blind fish America, it doesn't have any eyes. Find its way by sensing dim waves from the pressure in the water around.